Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be checking out the Harbor Freight website, going over some of the new tools, which we recently did, so there's not a whole lot, but we're going to go over a few, and then we're also going to go into some of the coupons that they have going on to cover the rest of the time. So there's only 10 things on the new list. We did this 2 weeks ago, maybe. But first up is the Icon, the new T10 scanner. And we're not going to go into a whole lot of detail. This thing can do a lot. And this isn't going to be for your everyday, weekend warrior DIYer. This, not a whole lot of people are going to be dropping that much money on it if you're just a weekend warrior DIYer. But if you do quite a bit of your own work, working on other people's stuff, you got quite a bit that you manage. Maybe you're into the diagnostic side of things, which if you work on newer vehicles, you kind of have to at least know a little bit, and owning a scan tool similar to this with its capabilities can really allow you to grow in learning how to diagnose with a scan tool. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to diagnose, but a good scan tool can be a huge help, and with certain things it's just necessary, especially in today's world of vehicles. If you work on older stuff, then it's not always necessary, but that's besides the point. So if you're getting into the professional field or you do a lot of work, then this could be a great scan tool for you. If you're in the professional field and you do a lot of diagnostics, please let me know your guys' thoughts on this. This can save you a lot of money over some of the tool truck brand scan tools, but there are a lot of pros to the tool truck scan tools, but it comes with quite a hefty price. So that's the big decision making thing. And it also depends on how long you get the Identifix program and stuff on this Icon, how much the yearly cost is. This one's 1 year free included. So it all kind of really depends on how well they carry the Icon scan tools. As long as Harbor Freight keeps these scan tools around and continues to provide support at a reasonable price, the TrueFix program at a reasonable price, this could be a really good unit. Now, this isn't going to have certain capabilities that other larger scan tools do, but this is still quite a capable scan tool. So we're just going to quickly go over some of it. This is $1,700, not on sale. They're comparing it to one of the Snap-on ones at $6,500. They do have the T8 and some other scan tools available, but really this isn't a bad price for what it's capable of, like the Launch brand and a couple others on Amazon and stuff, which provide you with good coverage and good capability. But the thing is the subscription plan, the updates, and then the actual company itself being able to continue to update that scan tool and have reliable assistance is the big thing, because there's a lot of very capable scan tools out there that lack the support that they really need to be a good scan tool. So let's just quickly go over. If you guys would like to pause, you guys can read this, but you got the TrueFix repair information and diagnostic aid software, advanced topology mapping, wireless 12-volt battery testing for the starting system, battery charging system, all of that, which is really cool. Fast charging docking station with USB-C and A ports. It does include a borescope, which is a fantastic tool. Code assist from Identifix, and we'll get into some more of this information here. So just getting into some of the information, this is the main home screen. Here it's just kind of showing the charging system test, the borescope. Here you have the TrueFix kind of menu where you can find a lot of good information. Diagnostic path. This is the topology kind of view, so you can really break down where the code or the issue may be. Here you can kind of see the deeper view into the topology. It looks like it does a really good job breaking it down. Here it's basically just a quick glimpse of some of the vehicle manufacturers that it covers, viewing trouble codes. So this is the all systems scan. It'll break it down into 3 tabs of trouble codes, working modules, and emissions. Then you have your PIDs that you can graph. You can graph multiple, which is really nice, so you can kind of do an overlay and really see the differences. Actuator tests. Here are some more special functions. So I mean, it's got a lot of capability. It doesn't have everything that some of the big scan tools does, but it does have quite a bit, and we're not going to go over all of this. There is a lot to it, so I will have the Harbor Freight website linked down in the description if you guys are interested in looking into this. I just don't want to go too deep because there's not a whole lot of people that are going to be dropping $1,700 on a scan tool. But once again, if you guys are in the professional field and you've purchased, a tool truck brand scan tool, is this something you would consider now that you have a more expensive scan tool? Or are you happy with the purchase that you made? 6,300 milliamp hour battery, good for an 8-hour runtime, 10.1 inch display, LCD display, touchscreen, 4-core processor, 4 gigabytes memory, 128 gigabytes of built-in storage, 5 megapixel front, 8 megapixel rear camera, microphone, dual speakers, Android operating system, built-in GPS. So once again, they have other scan tools available. This, I believe, is their biggest one that they've released so far. And while $1,700 is not cheap, for a scan tool of this capability, I don't think that's a bad price at all. I'm not sure if you can really get discounts on these or not. I'm not really sure, but if you can, that'd be great. So that is the big item on the new tools at Harbor Freight. Next up, you have the deep rotary vane 2-stage vacuum pump at $280 from Icon, and this is going to be used for their AC gauge sets. 22-inch Bauer variable speed scroll saw at $250. They've added new color option for the one-drawer service card at $129. They do have the 20-volt brushless cordless half-inch hammer drill tool only at $50 now, which I believe this is just an update from the older Bauer drill that they had, but it is nice to see the hammer drill, and I like to see them continuously updating and improving the Bauer and Hercules lineup. I think they've done a great job with them and their pricing. Just keep in mind to always do your research. Just because this is a really good price on the bare tool, if you're not already in the brand lineup, you're still looking at batteries and chargers and things along those lines that could put you around the same price as some of the big store brand tools. So just make sure you do your research, but they do have some really good deals going on. Then they have the Icon refrigerant leak detector at $170. It's a decent price. They can get quite expensive. And then this, I definitely know we went over in the past, the 12-gallon OSHA compliant dust extractor. So that's it as far as the new items released at Harbor Freight. If you guys want a more in-depth video on the Icon T10, I can do one. I just didn't want to spend too much time on it. Let's move on to some of the coupons that they have going on. So the summer coupon sale just ended yesterday, but they still have their dollar days coupons going on. Hopefully you guys, if you guys were trying to get something, you got it during this last sale because they had a lot of really good things going on. But just some of their smaller coupons that they got, we're just going to quickly run through this. You got some heat shrink, these little lights that sometimes, well, you used to be able to get for free. I'm not really sure if they do that anymore. These little brush sets I actually enjoy. I don't use the bigger ones or the longer ones all that much. I do go through these smaller ones quite a bit, but I always keep 1 or 2 sets on hand at all times. They're extremely cheap, and I've had good experiences with them over the last almost 10 years, so I just continue to buy them, and they've worked well for me, especially for that price. A cheap little hex socket drive set, 3-piece set for $2. These wire wheels, I don't care if they were giving them away or actually paying you. I do not suggest it. I bought a couple sets many years ago and immediately regretted it. As soon as I started using them, wires started flying off everywhere. The smaller one I had okay experiences with, hadn't had any issues, but when the wires get a little bit longer, when there's a little bit more wires on there, they do become quite dangerous. I would just suggest picking up something a little bit better quality than that. The 6-inch quick release bar clamp, these are actually what I switched to after having a pretty lousy experience with their black and gray ratcheting clamps. Just the ratcheting mechanism goes out on them pretty quickly. I went through 3 or 4 of them. These are definitely made a little bit better. You do want to check in store when you're threading this portion to make sure that it's not like set incorrectly or cross-threaded or angled weird. I did notice that when I was looking at them, but other than that, I've had good experiences with these, especially for the low price of $3. Here's one of the screwdriver sets that I actually mentioned in one of my previous Harbor Freight videos at $5. I mean, that's a pretty dang good set. I know it's really hard to mess up a screwdriver. Now, no, these are not going to be great screwdrivers, but if you just need a beater set of screwdrivers, this is one of them that is very affordable. this one's not bad for what you get and the quality that you're getting. Tie down strap, extension cords, gloves, more sandpaper. Here you just kind of have some miscellaneous stuff here. Their heat gun, these heat guns are awesome. $9. I know guys in my field that use these Warrior heat guns all the time, year round, and they use them for a year or two. And I mean, using these on a weekly basis, they last a year or two. Then they just go buy another $9 one. I have one from, I believe, Tack Life that is identical to the Bauer one, which is fantastic. I think they're like maybe $20, $25. I'm not sure on that, but $9, it's really hard to beat, especially if you're a weekend warrior DIYer. You're using this thing, a couple times a year. It's going to last you quite some time. One thing to always remember is just set it on the cool setting or the coolest setting and just let it cool off before shutting it off to extend the longevity or life of the heat gun. And they have the 4-way lug wrench for $9. These little portable parts bin storage cases are actually pretty nice, $9. If you got a lot of nuts and bolts or miscellaneous things around your shop or garage, these things can be great, just depending on kind of your layout. Otherwise, they also have the wall organizers, which are really nice and affordable. Then they have their square nose shovel. And then they have the super coupon for 20% off all Quinn products. Includes sockets, ratchets, pliers, and more. So I think that's a great thing. I think Quinn has a lot of really, really good stuff for the price. Definitely something to consider. Quinn is a good upgrade from the Pittsburgh when it comes to a decent amount of stuff. I'm not saying it's a fantastic, top-notch, brand, but I think for the price of a lot of the Quinn stuff, you're getting a really good tool for that price. And if you can get 20% off on that, I think that's fantastic. So it's definitely one to consider. But that's just the video for today, going over some of the new tools at Harbor Freight and some of their coupons going on until the 4th. If you guys would like more details on any of the newly released tools at Harbor Freight, please just let me know down in the comments, and I can gladly make a more in-depth video on that. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up, and if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.